Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to bring you my bleed build. It's really fun and really satisfying. Seeing the bleed procs pop up every few seconds is really awesome. I've had so much fun making this build and I really wanted to share it with you all today. With that being said, here we go. I'll be putting links to all the important items of this build in the info section down below. So just check there if you need to know the locations of all the items. I'll link them. I'll have them linked down below. For the build, my stats are, my SL level is 120. I'm keeping it there for now because I don't really know what the meta is going to be. We'll see in the next few weeks. It might be a little higher than 120. Dark Souls 3 was 120. So that's what I'm leaving it at for right now, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little higher, maybe 130 to 150 for this game because the soft caps are a little, or not a little, they're a lot higher than they were in Dark Souls 3. So for this build I went full dex, full arcane. Arcane is going to help you hit those bleed procs a lot faster, and dexterity obviously is for the weapon that you want to use. I'm using Estocs for this build. I know a lot of people for bleed are running katanas, but I really wanted to try something a little different. And the Estocs are fantastic. They attack fast, they have good range, and it'll keep your enemies locked down with bleed pretty much until they're dead. You're not going to have any issues with that. Their combos are really, really fast. Yeah, so that's what I'm using instead of katanas. When you bleed enemies in this game, it causes them to stagger. So with that, you'll be able to stagger them and then proc another bleed before they can recover, and then stagger them again until they're dead. That's just how this game works for now. You can bleed most enemies out. Not every single enemy type can be bled, I know that. But since the AR on these are so high, even if you're not bleeding the enemy out, you're still going to be killing them pretty fast, which is always what you want in these games. So first off, you're going to want to infuse your Estocs with bleed. To do that, you just rest at a Site of Grace, go to Ash of War. The Ash of War that you're going to want to use that I'm using for this build is seppaku. Like I said, I'll have links to all the locations of these items, these important items, down below, so don't worry. You're gonna have to do a little work to get them, but if you want to make a build like this, it's gonna take a little work. So seppaku, you literally stab yourself in the stomach to buff your weapon. Not only does this give you higher AR, but it also gives you the ability to bleed enemies faster. And not only can you do it on one hand, on your left hand, you can do it on both. So I've seen a little confusion about this, how to do this. What you want to do if you have seppaku on two weapons, dual hand your left hand weapon, apply the seppaku, then just switch to dual and then apply the other to your right, and then you'll have dual seppaku bleed action on both your weapons. You can't do seppaku with all weapon types, but a lot of straight swords, katanas, and I think even spears you might be able to do it with. I might be wrong on that, but most weapons you can apply seppaku to, and the buff lasts for a pretty long time. I think it's a full minute you'll get with these with the buffs. Let's see here, and what's next? Equipment. So the equipment I'm using, the first three talismans I have here, I'm just using them just to boost my stats. This one is interchangeable. Usually I have heavier armor on for poise. I'm just doing fashion today, so you know, Souls fashion, always important. The most important talisman that you're going to want is Lord of Blood Exaltation. Lord of Blood Exaltation is insane, because what it's going to do is when there's blood loss in your vicinity, it's going to give you an increase in attack power And from what I remember reading, it's 20% attack power. Not only does that count for when you bleed an enemy, it counts for when you bleed yourself. So if you see when I bleed myself there, I get this red aura on my body. That's the attack power being increased. You can see my stats for my left-handed Estoc is at 547. If I do it for my right hand, it will be 547. And then when I get over here, I can bleed the enemy out before I hit the ground with the running L1 combo. It's really insane. It's just it's just insane. And not only that, a lot of people aren't really talking about this mask here, and I want to show you how powerful this white mask is, because it literally does the same thing as your Talisman does. It gives you another 20% increase in attack power. So you see right now my stats, my attack power, we'll wait for the buffs to go off, but it's around 426. So if I rebuff both Estocs, my AR is going to be even higher than it was before. 602 on both Estocs. 602. I mean, and you can see, and these enemies are pretty tough enemies. I'm pretty sure you all know when you first come here that these guys are really tough. They have a lot of HP. They're pretty hard to take down. But with this, it's just no problem. It's no problem at all. I can literally bleed them before I hit the ground. See that? Absolutely crazy. So this build is nuts, and it works just as well in PvP. I'm making this build for PvP. I'll have some PvP videos coming up soon on my channel. And you can see me using this build in a couple videos I posted before. Bleeding bosses out. Some really tough bosses. Just completely annihilating them with this. It's really, really awesome. So don't forget the mask and this Talisman. These are what are going to take your build to the next level. Like I said a couple times before, I'm going to have links to all these important items in the description down below, so don't worry. With that being said, I think that's the end of the video for now until I... well, it's the end of this video. And then, like I said, after that, I'll be posting some PvP videos. I already have some downloaded on my PS5, so I just got to get those all compilated and uploaded to YouTube. But for now, that's it. As far as spells and stuff, I didn't really go into that because you can use whatever you want. I don't really use a whole lot of them. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything else. No, that's it. Just those talisman, the mask are very important. Like I said, armor, pick something with high poise so you can poise through hits and bleed people out. The Great Rune is kind of up to you. I stick with Godric's. It gives all your stats a boost. You can go with the Snake Rune or Millennia's Rune, where you get HP back after damage taken. That's kind of like a Bloodborne type of deal there. And the Snake Rune restores HP upon attacking enemies is really good. You can keep your health up. So that's kind of up to you. But the base of the build, Estocs infused with bleed, seppaku on both Estocs, white mask, and Lord of Blood exaltation. That is going to take your bleed build to the next level. Don't sleep on this mask. I know it kind of kills the fashion, but trust me, it's worth it. It's really good. You can see, as I'll show you one more time before we go, that I'm bleeding out the enemy before I hit the ground. It's really, really good. 6,000 damage. So yeah, that is the build. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to be making more builds for Elden Ring here in the future, so please look forward to that. If this helped you out at all, like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. I'm going to be working harder on videos, bringing more videos to you guys. So thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope this build helps you out. And until next time, bye-bye.